We're talking about the field sobriety test that involves following a pen or a light like this with your eyes. Judge Carlo says according to the law, it is not scientifically precise enough to prove that someone is intoxicated. When it comes to determining whether a driver is drunk, the HGN test is commonly presented by officers in Judge Carlo courtroom.
HGN does come in front of a jury, but the question is the scope. What does that evidence tell you?
An officer can say the HGN test proved that a person was under the influence or impaired. But Judge Key says if an officer says the test proved that the defendant was intoxicated and an attorney objects, he'll agree with the attorney.
That objection has been sustained hundreds of times over in Bexar County.
Okay.
Why they are selecting me to make an issue of it, I do not know.
He says studies prove that HGN isn't scientifically proficient enough to prove someone is intoxicated. Before mandatory blood draws took effect for suspected drunk drivers who refuse a sobriety test, many cases boiled down to the HGN test.
It's going to confuse the jury, and what they're going to do, and what I have seen done on both sides many times, is they substitute the HGN for a chemical test. They substitute it for the breath test.
The district attorney's office says it prefers to use as much evidence as possible when it comes to a DWI.
It becomes an issue for us in the sense that we want to be able to put on all the evidence that we can of a person's intoxication, and this is just one test that the courts have already ruled is admissible, and we think it ought to be heard by the jury.
But according to San Antonio police, HGN is, quote, probably the most reliable of the 3 field sobriety tests available.
It's not my job to make the DA's office job any easier or the police department's job any easier. My job is to be critical of the evidence and to defend the Constitution. And that's what I will continue to do.
Judge Key handles about 40 DWI cases each week, and there were more than 7,000 DWI cases filed in Bexar County last year. Reporting live downtown, Christina Coleman, Fox News at 9.